Hello everyone, Chris Whitten here. Glad to be back with you today. So for this video today, I want to talk about the unsung heroes of the entertainment business, particularly the music business. And by that, I'm talking about crew members, or as some of y'all might know them, roadies. My old friend who passed away 8 years ago, a fellow by the name of Ben Dorsey, Benjamin Holiday Dorsey III, that is, also known as Lovey. If you go back and look, I did a couple of videos on him about a month ago, whereas they just released a documentary about his life. Ben was the first roadie, and a couple of days ago on Monday, May 19th, on what would have been Ben's 100th birthday, they actually officially declared it National Roadie Day as a holiday. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank all the crew members that I've gotten to work with over the years and made my job so much easier. And I just talk a little bit about, what goes on behind the scenes and how hard these guys and gals work. So without further ado, let's dive right in. So as I said, if you want to know a little bit more about my friend Ben, or Lovey as he was known, go check out like I said, I've done a couple of videos on him recently. He was considered the very first roadie. He went on the road with Hank Thompson in 1950 after he got back from World War II. And Ben later became best friends with Willie Nelson. They both worked for Ray Price together in the 1960s. So later on, Ben moved to Austin with Willie and continued to work for Willie for many years. And in addition to that, Ben did all sorts of things. He was John Wayne's valet and in quite a few John Wayne movies. So he just had an incredible life and an incredible career. But as far as today, like I said, I want to speak a little bit to what goes on behind the scenes and the crew members and guys and gals on the road who keep the musicians out there on stage entertaining. And, it's really fascinating to me when I think about how far that job and that title has come since Ben first went on the road in 1950. Back then, it didn't require a whole lot of technical knowledge. More than anything, he was just helping drive, tote gear, whatever little odds and ends things that are possible. Like Waylon said in the song that he wrote about Ben called Ode to Ben, he said he did all the things we weren't able to do because we were busy being stars. And I think that, that's quite true, so to speak, and not in an egotistical fashion. Simply stated, though, as an artist, you have so much on you. The band members have so much on them. That's a lot to keep up with and a lot to do. So you really do need somebody or several somebodies there to help make sure all the details are worked out. They help keep you going up and down the road, to make sure you have a good PA, make sure you have a good show. If you have a problem in the middle of the show, these are the guys and gals who really step up to the plate. And if they do their job well, unfortunately, no one will ever know. So in that regard, it is kind of a thankless sort of job. And to the general public, most people don't think about this or realize it, but, your crew members, when you're on the road, you're all a family. You're all traveling together, living together, working together, be it the stage manager, the tour manager, the lighting director, your bus driver. Everybody has to be close and have to be able to work together in order for things to run and operate smoothly, And for instance, I always said the most important person in the entire operation, and the one that I would go most out of my way to take care of, is the bus driver. Because realistically, when you think about it, the bus driver is the one employee in the whole operation who could single-handedly kill the entire operation in just one fell swoop, being that they are driving and they basically, hold everyone's lives in their hands. And a lot of times the bus drivers, they don't get to enjoy the shows and stuff like you might think, because usually they're going to be driving at night, and during the day they're going to be sleeping in a hotel where you're setting up and doing sound check and doing all the things. Usually they'll wake up and a runner will bring them back over to the venue after the show is over with, in time for them to get the bus fired up and get ready to head on down the road to the next date. And as far as stage crew goes, you know, with the sound guys and everything, I have worked on tours and for operations where those guys get there and start building a stage, building PA, flying lighting trusses, all the things, getting the stage set up, getting the gear on stage, miking everything up. A lot of times those guys start, you know, their job and their workday begins by 8 a.m. You know, and it's always crazy to me because I've walked in for a sound check at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I realized that all these guys have been there working they've already put in an 8-hour day by the time, you know, the band comes into sound check. And they're going to be the last ones out the door at the end of the night. It's going to be at least probably 2 hours, you know, after the band's done and after everybody's, you know, we've all gotten back on the bus or gone back to the hotel or started down the road for the next one. Those guys are still there tearing all that stuff down, packing it all up, and doing the whole process in reverse. So only to have to travel themselves and, you know, get up and start all over and do it all again the next day. You know, I have an infinite amount of respect for everybody in the crew on any touring operation, and some of my best friends down through the years have been, you know, stage managers. For a time there when I was working with Kevin Fowler, I was very fortunate that our stage manager and merchandise manager were brothers, and off the road, the three of us were actually roommates. So I spent obviously a lot of time, you know, with our crew guys. You know, we were the best of friends. We run around together, worked together, played together, did all the things, and it was really great, you know. And they were really great at their job. If something catastrophic happened on stage, I knew they were there. If somebody tried to get on stage, you know, or started a fight, they were there to. They had my back. They had all of our backs, you know. If had a cable go out or a battery die in the middle of the show or whatever, you know, they're always there. Anyway, like I said, this video pretty much, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that and just talk about how much I appreciate all the crew members on any tour like that. And they deserve a round of applause themselves, and they deserve some appreciation. And, you know, like I said, it is in so many ways a thankless job. And if you're doing your job well, nobody ever knows. So anyway, that's all I have for today. Like I said, this is going to be kind of a short video, but I just wanted to say that. And to all you crew guys out there, I tip my hat. And happy 100th birthday to Ben Dorsey. Happy National Roadie Day to all of you crew members out there on the road. We're running up down the road with all the artists and keeping everybody safe and looking good on stage and sounding good and all the things. As always, I greatly appreciate your comments, your likes and shares and subscriptions and so forth. And if you haven't, please go down below, click that subscribe button and go ahead and like the video. If you click on that little bell icon, it will notify you anytime I upload new content. Also, if you need some violin, fiddle, or mandolin tracks recorded, please let me know. I'd love the opportunity to work with you on that and see what kind of magic we can make. And additionally, if you're interested in violin or fiddle lessons, feel free to contact me. I'd love to work with you as well. We can do those remotely, work around your schedule, make it real simple. So I thank you all again. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and keep on picking.